Holy Pagwan still knows easy, you know, because like on the other episode, when we first come out, me and Matthew was bigging up the females then, and we was like saying the man them are messy. Anyway, big up AU before we finish, before we go further. Big up We Love AU. Thank you for another personalised bottle. Do you get me?
You're supposed to wear liquor.
Yeah, so me and Matthew, we were saying how the females have done so well because we was there talking about the man them crashing out with each other, you know, going back and forth.
Oh my God,
like,
it's all happened. Like, I can't keep up. I'm just like, every time I come online, there's something else happening.
I was having a quiet little January. Every time I click on, I can see two more guys going at it and
like,
whatever.
What is happening here?
And normally that's like, you know, you expect it from the girls. Do you get me? So me and Matthew was like on the show saying, you know, big up the girls them. Then all of a sudden, I looked. And I see you have that Joyce. Do you get me? Like I didn't even know that there was a little issue. Obviously, she's done a little video and whatever. I will say that you ate with your baddie chain line. with the invisible baddie chain, because we got our little clapbacks when we're ready. Do you know what I mean? Big up Madam Joycey. She did clap back as well. You know, when she said about the huffing and puffing. But I did think,
which was a lie, by the way, because there was no, like, Sierra came out of the lift. But anyway, again,
Sierra wasn't doing any hard work.
There was no huffing with Sierra.
Okay.
Natalie didn't like Natalie brought her own alcohol. This whole thing, like,
did she?
I don't do alcohol on my show. My show is, do you want a bottle of water?
Yes.
And if it's like a high caliber guest, then you might get a rider. Do you know what I mean? We might say, does she know? Do they want like, you know? But
so basically, Natalie Nunn was telling lies when basically about your what did she say about the drink? That was her drink.
That was her team brought that. Okay. That was from her team. But I don't know. I don't actually know I don't know where she got that from. I don't
But
know.
she's messy.
I will say that Natalie.
That's the whole thing of her. She's messy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's very messy.
Yeah.
She's
we
probably
know
loving,
Natalie Nunn's
she's
messy.
probably loving it.
Cam Newton, she walked away. She left her little stare, and then you know what I mean. She come over.
Where did she come? What
like
was her start? Where did she start? Wasn't it being in like these kind
Bad
of
Girls
shows?
Club.
Bad Girls
Club. But when she came in, she wasn't the roughest and the toughest.
No, she wasn't.
She understood what she was supposed
100%.
to take from him and run with her own show.
Right.
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
So like, she's been messy.
Yeah.
Messy.
What do you think of Natalie Nunn?
I think from my interview, we know I mean, two things can be true. I think like, has she made shitload of money? Yeah, she has. Has she built like a brand? Like a big brand where like millions of people lock in? Yeah, like you can't take that away from her. Do I like the brand and what it stands for? No. I don't like the idea of like just women fighting or like not learning how to use their words, and someone takes your can of Coke out the drink or out the cupboard and now you're fighting or like, I just don't like that representation. And in the comments, like on my YouTube, like there's a lot of the Baddies fans have come to and they're writing the comments, and the majority of the comments are people saying like they like Baddies, right? And what Baddies means to them and black women. Because my thing was, I don't think black women, we get the grace. We don't have the grace to be fighting and then be seen as like variations of black, unfortunately. Like we don't live in a world where black women get to have variations of us, even though there are, right? And we see that on reality shows, we see it on Love Island, we see it in all these things, you get what I mean? Whitney on Love Island, she hasn't once raised her voice, she hasn't once screamed, but Whitney's been called aggressive. Meanwhile, Belle, only now she's been called aggressive, even though she spent the whole season shouting at everyone. Whitney hasn't crashed out once, you know, she hasn't raised her voice once, but the moment she does one little thing, oh, she's aggressive, she's this, she's that. Even when I did Big Brother, like, before I even stepped in the house, they were saying I was aggressive. They were saying I was, oh, here we go again. And, you know, comparing me to other people, and they had no idea. Louis Walsh put me in that thing because he didn't know who I was. He didn't know who Lauren was either, from fucking the Housewives of Cheshire, where she's from. Like, but I was the one that, oh, what does she do? Do you get what I mean? Unfortunately, we don't get that grace, and that is the reality. So yes, it would be nice if black women could have loads of women fighting, and now we're not all going to be classed as we're all aggressive. Like that would be great, but that's not the world that we live in. Like we live in a world where if your name sounds too black, you're not even getting a job interview. Do you understand what I mean? Like these are things, these are reports, these are that have been publicized by the government. Like if your name is ethnic, you're less than likely to get a job, to even get in the door, to even get in the thing. So this is the reality that we're living in. And my thing is, like, it would be nice, but that's not the world that we live in, unfortunately. So for me, I think that as Black women, it's draining, it's boring for us. But we have to think twice about how we come across if we want to
elevate.
And that's not saying that you can't. Like I think there's a way to do it, but I don't think fighting. Like you can be opinionated. I'm not saying don't be opinionated. We're all here. We're all opinionated Black women, and we're doing well, and we're doing well in our careers, and we managed to articulate ourselves in a way like you say what you need to say, but you articulate yourself in a way that is correct, in my opinion. Do you understand? So you articulate yourself in the way that it's correct, where it's like, yeah, I'm not like bending to anyone, but I understand that I need to carry myself in a certain way. That's just life. Like, do you get what I mean? And the idea that that's not life, I think people are living in a bubble. And I'm a little bit older, and I've worked in the real world, so I know what it's like to be bullied by my white manager just because I stick up for myself. Do you understand what I mean? Or now I'm being penalized for nothing, but I know you're just picking on me because I'm a Black woman. Like I know, I can't prove it, but I fucking know that this is to do because I'm a Black woman. And I think the younger generation, which is great for them because social media now has become such a thing, and they can make a life out of being social like influencers and stuff like that. They don't realize the ramifications of certain things, or like things that are perpetuated out on us. So that's where I come from.
So you just would like to see like a more like positive platform, like a more inspirational platform in a good way. I think that young girls are gravitating to, kind of.
I think there just needs to be balance.
I
just think, I'm not saying
about
like
balance as well.
And that's what I'm saying.
Just
I'm
more,
not,
but I notice that's what they push because that's what they want to see from us.
Right, and this is what
Do you know
I'm
what
saying?
I mean? That's all they want to see from us.
Yeah, because do you know the wickedest thing about Baddies is because you know that I don't think I would have known a lot of girls' personality if I didn't see them on the show, because how would we know them? Because there's a lot of them, their backgrounds and stuff, and I've heard their stories, and I've like, they're born fighters, but they just dare to fight the wrong cause to me. Because when I sat down, I heard Rolly's story, Takashi, Krishan, you know, like we can go down the line, but I just realized that they're actually born fighters. If they're put in the right position, like, you know, I've seen Krishan even the big change, big tattoo on her face, man, to be, she's literally in a certain form now, a diligency of how you're training to be a boxer. I'm just saying. We've seen a lot of lines from them, like the same with Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn knows that she's got a big story as well, but the same thing is that we have to see you elevate to something else, because this isn't going to last, you know. Right. Baddies, being a baddie has to be from a certain age to a certain age, because you understand being a baddie, especially if you're one. I'm not saying that I ain't had fights, because I know I've had them. Everyone knows who I am. But I'm just saying, if you don't elevate from that space to that space, I feel like they need to do the show from there to there and show you these same women at a certain age from there to there. Like there's a teaching process.
It needs to be like an end goal. So you come in and that is what you're about, but at least by the time you're finished you're a better person.
I want to see it.
Yeah. Well, my thing is as well, like you're like, and also life is so nuanced. So I think and that's what we discussed on the show. Like I understand also that some people are born into fight mode, and I'm
because you're an environment of you're a product of your environment,
and
some of their environments they're coming from.
And I don't want it to feel like I'm ignorant about that. Some people come from backgrounds where they are actually just forced to fight, and I'm happy and I'm privileged enough, and I'm happy enough that I've never had to feel like that. So I understand sometimes I'm talking from a place of maybe privilege, and I've never had to feel like I've had to fight for my life or anything. Like I totally understand that, and I get that, and but my thing is like the influence, like I'm not necessarily talking about the girls on the show. I'm talking about the influence that is having on young women, and the fact that young women now don't even know how to use their words. And like even take away baddies, like when you speak to the younger generation, a lot of young generation, they don't have to communicate how they feel. You know, you sit down with a young person, you say, how do you feel? like I just don't know, like, because they, number one, everything is done via text, so they can, like, for me, they're not operating in real time. Like, a lot of young people nowadays are not operating actually in real time. So if I text you and I say, this is how I feel, they can reconstruct that message back to you 1,000 times. Now young people are using Chat GPT just for one little thing to say, how do I tell somebody that I like them? You're going to AI. Basic feelings, basic emotions, they don't know how to navigate those things. And now, like, even sometimes I see in the comments, like, oh, well, we'll just fight, or and it's like, why have we got to fighting? Like, we've missed out. We've missed out all the talking. How did we get to the fighting part? And I think that's what I'm more like, this doesn't sit right with me, if that makes sense. Why?
That's because that's not the person that you are.
And that's what I'm saying.
Because there are people that that's their way, innit?
And that's what
we're
I mean.
We're going to get it cracking.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get it cracking.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
It's so, I don't want to say it like that. I'm not, like, I've come to a lot, but there was a point where that's what it had to be. It depends. Like, even when, like, I was younger, my mum sent me to schools that I had to go to because I was bad at school.
Right.
So I had to go to that school. It wasn't a choice.
And at that school,
so when I walked into the school, it was what it was.
Right.
So are we getting it cracking? But I was in the school on my own. I didn't have sister and brother to rely on.
Right.
So I am getting it cracking.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that about me. So sometimes when I see these fighters, like, in the show, like, I like Valentine. There's girls that Valentina. There's girls Big Lexa. There's girls that when I hear their story, I relate to a lot of things, because I understand that when you're looked at a fighter, that's all people expect from you. And even when I came on Convo with Cream, I came on, and because I was in a defense for my sister, people only expected one way of talking from me. I was about to just come on the show and I'm going to be effing and blinding.
Right.
That's not me. Just her.
That's not
exactly.
Me have it in me.
Yeah.
That's not just me.
Right.
But I understand that. You see, sometimes
the environment that you're put in.
The environment, because it's like a breakthrough for you, and sometimes it might just be that thing that's going to be the pull through for you, for people to understand you.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say that it's only going to be a platform like that, but enough of us are born fighters and don't understand our fight. So when we understand the fight, we start to understand what we're supposed to do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
That's the only thing where I kind of with some of them.
I think it's so, and I agree. I think it's such a layered conversation.
It's a very layered.
Such a layered conversation.
Because I get you and I get you, because
I
I get what
Zeze. That's
Zeze's
why I
saying.
didn't even understand where I was even going to go.
I can't stand to see certain people fight, because, like I said, me and Mafi, we got our little things, like, from school days and whatever. So you see, like, if I see somebody, like, if
Throw
they
out
say
their
to her,
clothes.
you got to get out the room, and you start seeing them dash their clothes out the room,
Triggered.
and I instantly triggered.
Right.
Because
She's not.
I don't even know.
What do you mean?
You try to, you understand? Like, my things.
Right.
I literally can't. What you understand? Because I just don't even know how to comprehend that type of violation. You know, the ones there. So I don't even like the platform because of that type. I just don't like seeing it. I don't like bullying. I bully the bullies.
Right.
That's us. Do you understand? You're not gonna bully me.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I hear it.
So those are the things I don't like. However, I understand that people come from different walks of life. So we might come from a different area. You're from Stoke Newington, me and Mafi are from Northwest. We might have gone to we might have had different experiences. We just got a different kind of, do you understand what I mean? Some of these women are coming, when I hear about some of the areas in America where they're coming from. That is their way out.
100%.
But I just want to see at the end of it, that's not what you're still doing. But it's just, sometimes it's a shame seeing that you got to go through all of that just to get out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because if you love women, fight.
Right, you understand what I'm saying? I just don't like to see that.
No, I hear, and I totally get it, and that's, it's such a layered conversation.
I agree with that.
It's very layered, and
100%.
It's not just like black and white. There's so many things, like you said, people, and I do think also in America the climate is so different. Like, it's very, very different. Like, that is their only way out. Like they can't do that's the only way they're gonna get out of that situation. And they like you said, they're born for, and that's what Natalie was saying on the show. And even like the comments, some of the comments were really nice to read. Like some women like were writing in the comments saying, you know, I grew up in the rough area and Baddies has made me feel like it's taught me how to speak up for myself and all these things. And you know what? Who am I to say that they're lying? That's your story. So I can read those comments and be like, wow, like I never even, wow, that's so interesting. Do you get what I'm saying? And it was a really good conversation. And
but you teach at the same time, before we end the convo, there's a thing that you have that we have to understand that we're desensitized.
Oh, yeah.
So you see when you come in and like somebody will say to you, you went through what? Yeah, my friend, and they're looking at you like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of time that we don't get that.
No.
So you have to understand that everybody plays their purpose, and I feel like that's why you're in the middle. And people will say to you, you know, I understand it from what you're saying, like myself, because might be you wasn't in that position, but you hearing it from where you are, it sounds so much more like, wow, might be I'm a bit more desensitized than I thought I was.
And what I will just add into that as well, some people, you know, the world likes to rob people of their destinies, and their true potential. And there's a lot of perception out there. Me and Matthew's dealt with perception. I get perceived all the time. Unless you speak to me, you're not gonna know me. Right. That's just how it is. And I'm not one of those where I'm gonna try to prove myself to you. You either like, you understand what I'm saying. So that's just the way it is. And I just feel like some of them people have been placed in some of the roughest, and they just need do you understand? And some people that are can fight for themselves, and there's sometimes, if you break that down, can be some of the nicest people.
Yeah, no,
when you get
sure.
to them,
Loyal as well.
they have to fight. That's why they fight.
100%.
Some people, they've never had that struggle, and they can look at you with their dry eye. They don't have no emotion. Do you understand what I'm saying? They haven't got that in them. Some fighters, they're full of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And people don't want to see them in. Do you get me? So even though, you know, there's pros and cons with it, with those type of platforms getting into them. Do you understand? But I would just like to see more platforms where we see women rise up.
100%.
You understand what I mean?
I agree, yeah.
100%. I could never disagree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. So, we went off on one there, didn't we? But but like, so with you and like Madam Joyce, what stemmed from that? You know, like all your set business, and is there a result we reconcile for you two or whatever, or you're not into her, or what is it? Because she was saying like you lot have had little backstory. Do you feel the same, or is that just on her side? She feels like you lot had something stemming from before. So she feels
for
like
sure.
Oh, really? Because I never noticed anything like that. I didn't.
Yeah, we had our thing. Couple years ago. And this is the thing, it's like, you know, we were saying at the beginning about space that you're in and stuff like that. It's like, I know how the game works, right? Because I once had that recipe, if that makes sense. Like the moment something happens, I'm gonna go and talk about it. Hot topics. I was doing hot topics and all that kind of thing. And like, I've had like so many back and forths with people over the years. You know what I mean? There was the time when the rappers were on my fucking neck. Like I couldn't breathe at one point. And it was like they were on my neck. So for me, it's like there's so many things that I've as I'm getting in more older as well. There's so many things sometimes I want to react, and then I'm like, if I say something. I know the recipe.
The ripple
I know now
it.
that if I say something now you're going to now do another video. And I'm learning not to be reactive, right? I'm learning not to say things, because also I have to remember who I am, what I've done, what I've created, what I've made. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, if I now keep going back and forth with you,
What we doing?
What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
100%.
like, why am I? What is this
Yeah,
type of thing?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
now
yeah.
you're gonna do another 20-minute diss track on me. Like like we had a whole 20-minute fucking breakdown of what happened, and it's like, okay, now am I gonna respond? Like there are times when I'll see things like there's so many things like I actually haven't watched it, but I've seen the clips, like something's popped up or people have told me what's been said in it and whatever and etc. And like even the like I'm on YouTube, so I see even the fact that like we've got the thumbnail, like it's my face, her face. I'm like, what's happening here? Do you get what I mean? Like what's going on here? Listen, all I can say about the situation is that everyone knew what they was doing. Okay, everyone knew what they was doing. Everyone knows they knew what. Like, let's not do this whole. I didn't. We all like everyone's smart. Okay, everyone's smart. Things were left in there for reasons. I understand it. I get the game. Like I understand the game because I am the game. Do you understand what I mean? I understand.
Because we know when shots are fired. We know when shots are fired at us.
Right.
We know.
So
do you understand?
Like,
People that might not know, but we know if it's
I understand the recipe. I understand how it works.
Yeah.
All I will say about this whole situation is like, genuinely speaking, like I said when I did that my story is Madam Joyce, she's doing her thing and I will never take that away from her. Madam Joyce has done, she's doing her thing. She's got a strong following. People like her, people enjoy her. She's funny. You can't take that away from her.
Yeah, no, I like her as well.
There's a lot of things that she said.
And that's
definitely.
like I would really appreciate if everyone just went their separate ways. Like, do you get what I mean? Everyone go their separate ways now. Like I can't be asked. Do you understand what I mean? It's actually like that. I'm like, I actually can't be asked. I'm 36 now. I'm going to be 37 this year, right?
Yeah.
And it's like at some point, there has to be some sort of like difference between me and who I think I am.
Yeah.
Right, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, do you know what? I wish you all the best. Keep doing you. I'll keep doing me.
I hear that.
And it is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
I hear that.
You know, and I can't.
The big down.
I just like, yeah.
She's over it now.
I'm just so over it.
I know what you mean.
Do you understand what I mean? I'm
come
so
on.
I'm like,
I mean, I have me back and forth too. Do you get me?
and that's what I'm saying. After a while, it just gets tiring.
I got mine as well, you know.
Do you know what I mean? It's like after a while, it gets tiring.
Plus
And
also, it depends on what I pick and choose what I want to respond to.
And this is the thing.
I might respond one day. I might not respond one day. It just depends. Do you know what I mean?
The thing, like, that's not saying there might not be a world where one day I might want to say something or whatever, but also it's just like, sometimes you have to also know, like, some people have no cap. They'll just by any means necessary. They'll go. It's just like there's no. I have a cap in it. There's certain things that I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
There's certain things I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
There's certain things where I'll like be like, nah, I feel like I'm crossing the line or I don't want it to go there or anything like that. And for me, it's like some people don't have a cap in it. And I have way too much. I've done too much and I've built too much, right?
Yeah.
For anyone to now come and pop my shit down for a little back and forth online. Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%.
Because like I operate offline. You know, if there's like a blackout tomorrow, I'm on national radio, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like there's other things happening outside of this atmosphere for me.